Hello everybody and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today I'll be counting down the 5 best albums from 1976. And it's an interesting year, it is namely a very diverse year. What I really love from 1976, but what can not really much be found in the list, is the mid-America vibe. There are these great albums. I wish I could have included Rocks by Aerosmith. This mid-America rock sensibility doesn't necessarily have to come from mid-America, but I get this this mid-American 1976 summer vibe from it. This the kind of vibe you have in Dazed and Confused, the Richard Linklater film. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers had this beautiful album in 1976, also not in the list. There's a lot of that, the nice mid-American hard rock vibe. Boston, for example, I wish I could have included them, but there's just so much, and I chose the 5 albums that came closest to heart, and that made a very diverse list. So let's kick it off. On number 5 spot. This is by far the poppiest album, most commercial album you'll find in this list. But nevertheless, it is a masterpiece. ABBA, Arrival. Okay, hear me out, because I can hear some rock fans shouting, it's crap, it's crap. No. ABBA isn't crap. ABBA may sound slick. And ABBA from time to time may even sound a little bit too slick. But melody-wise, I mean, any other band would have made 4 or 5 different songs from just your custom regular ABBA song. There are so many melodies going on. And this album, I mean, it features Dancing Queen, Knowing Me, Knowing You, Money, Money, Money. And those are just the big hits. There's so many great songs on here. It's such a beautiful album. It's great produced. It sounds good. If you want to find a good copy, I have a Dutch pressing here, and namely the Dutch pressings and the Swedish pressings are said to be the best. Now I haven't compared them, I just found a Dutch one here in Amsterdam for about €5, so I didn't make it too difficult for me, and it sounds stellar. When friends are coming over and they want to hear what my sound system sounds like, I get them a Dutch ABBA pressing. It's awesome. On number 4 spot. Oh, I really dig this one as well. The Modern Lovers, The Modern Lovers. The first album by Jonathan Richmond and the Modern Lovers. And this is a fascinating album because, in a certain sense, Jonathan Richmond is still searching what kind of artist will he become. I mean, after this, he made a beautiful album, a live album with songs that were even somewhat like children's songs, like somewhat nursery rhyme kind of songs, which I also like of his. And these sometimes lyrics which seem like to be improvised. Here he is still doubting between what way am I punk, and that is beautiful. This is a rough, raw album. All right, I'll go through the track list. I mean, this starts with Roadrunner. Roadrunner, I believe, even was a big hit. And I believe it's even a 1-chord song. It's so awesome. Perhaps just the bridge has a different chord. I'm not sure. It is such a nice kick in. Pablo Picasso, later on covered by David Bowie. I love Pablo Picasso. Some people try to pick up girls and they get called an asshole. That never happened to Pablo Picasso. Girlfriend, Modern World. My copy, this is a later reissue, not mobile, the music on vinyl version. I believe this is even some special color, white vinyl. What this one doesn't have, and I'm still looking for that, is one with the song I'm Straight, which I actually think is the best song of the album, yet nevertheless, great album, great sounding version. But if I ever find one with I'm Straight on there, which is, I mean, he sounds like he's stoned. Jonathan Richmond sounds like he's stoned. Awesome album. Awesome album. Now, top 3 stuff. Oh, man. Hotel California by the Eagles. Now, about 2 or 3 months ago, a friend of mine said, I want to buy tickets to the Eagles. And I was not very much interested. I mean, I like the Eagles from time to time. but it's also very easy to put them down. Anyone knows the Big Lebowski reference? And on certain records, they may even sound a little bit dull. I'm sorry to insult anyone. For example, their first album, I have a beautiful first UK copy of that, which sounds stellar. But they sometimes can be a bit of dentist music. Now, a friend of mine said, I'm gonna get tickets, they're gonna play Hotel California live in its entirety. And I thought, they're gonna, what? Hotel California live in its entirety? I'm on. Because this album is great. Now, problematic thing was the Hotel California tour ended a week or two before we saw them. So they were just playing their hits. Nevertheless, impressive band. And this album, I mean, for anyone, when you start listening to vinyl and you start with an album like this, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I mean, hearing that song, Hotel California, come out of your speakers on vinyl for the first time, mesmerizing, goosebumps. And if you think, yeah, the album is called Hotel California, after that song I must have heard it. No. Because immediately after Hotel California, you get New Kid in Town, and this album is just blasted, full of great, good songs. I mean, this band has a reputation. Eagles has a reputation. I mean, I'm not supposed to say the Eagles. They have a reputation, and they make it all come true on Hotel California. What a rare gem of an album. Number 2. Best album of 1976. Number 2. The Return of the Thin White Duke. David Bowie, Station to Station. Have I played this album? A lot. I love it to death. I love this one to death. David Bowie was, at this point in his career, he just had his plastic soul phase, which was very interesting, and he made some great sounding music with that. But he was living in a world full of cocaine, in which he was in doubt whether the living were, whether the dead were minding the business of the living. He lived in a house with Glenn Hughes, I believe, or was it? It was the bass player of Deep Purple, correct me if I'm wrong. Glenn Hughes, right? Yeah, Glenn Hughes. He was living with him in an apartment in LA. He was drawing stars on the wall, pentagrams, to keep out the evil spirits. Bowie would not sleep for days. He did not know where he was going, and he cannot remember recording this album. And that sense, that emotion, he kept that on tape. Station to Station is one of the most intriguing, bizarre elements in sound. His lyrics are all over the place, but somehow they seem to make sense. The next song after Station to Station, which I think is one of the great David Bowie songs, is Golden Years. I mean, he still has some of that soul funkiness on this record. It's awesome. After the Word on a Wing, beautiful ballad. TVC 15. Bowie craziness all over the place, but it's funky, it's good. Stay, beautiful soul song. And to end it off with his rendition of Wild is the Wind. And I am a firm believer in the work of Nina Simone. It was not written by Nina Simone, but it was first performed by her. But Bowie's version might even sound better. Damn it, is this good? The album in its entirety, most other years, would have been on top. One of the best Bowie albums. But it is not. Something else is on top. Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. Hell, this is a record. It's a double record with... if you can find a first US pressing, I found one for about 18 bucks. A bargain. Love it for the rest of your life. Beautiful booklet, but it's not just the 2 finals. There are 2 finals in here, and there is, be sure to have that, an extra EP. So it's more than just a double album. It's a 2.5 album, something like that. And you might wonder, a 2.5 album, isn't that just too much songs for an artist to fill? And in any other situation, I would have agreed, because not every double album deserves to be a double album. This one, however, if you can make an album with Sir Duke on it, which I wish. Isn't She Lovely? And Another Star. It just blows me. Blows me away. Sorry, it just blows me away. I have to work on my English. Very sorry. It's so mesmerizingly good. This is an epic. This is one of the most important albums ever recorded. Stevie Wonder is on top of his game, and he made something mesmerizing. Now, those are my 5 picks for best albums of 1976. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I see you in the next video.